Hey folks, I'm Jody White. I'm here at stop number 3 of the Walmart FLW Tour, Beaver Lake, with Pete Pons. It's Pete's first time at Beaver Lake.
Yep.
You came here once and looked at it off the bank probably 15 years ago, but now you're out there fishing it. And I guess my first question is, how have you approached your practice? You've had 3 days now to break it down, and how have you found the lake?
Well, Jody, the first thing I did was, of course, research it on the internet, and worked hard at that. And I learned that the bigger fish usually come upriver. Usually that doesn't last; it changes by the day. And then I learned that also larger fish come from by the dam, but that's also a big variable in there as well. So what I did in practice, the first day I went upriver. Second day I went to the dam, and then today I fished around here locally. And I really spent a lot of time looking. I know around here locally there's a lot of bedfish. Not many of them are big fish, but there are a lot of them on the beds. And those fish can be caught. But if these guys are like all the other tour tournament guys, they're going to go to those bedfish and they're going to pick the biggest ones and they're going to pick them off. So they won't last more than about 2 hours the first day. So you might get one of those. If you got a 4-pounder hidden somewhere out there, then you're going to be golden. That's all there is to it, if you catch him.
All right. Now, let's say you had one more day of practice, because you had your 3 days. If you had one more day, what would you do with it?
Probably I'd spend my time looking for bedfish, and I'd look for the biggest bedfish I could find. I'd want to get 5 or 6 of them marked.
Okay.
I feel like 3 days, I've searched it pretty well. I have a real good idea about what I'm going to do in the tournament. And I feel like I can catch some fish other than sight fishing, and I think that's going to be a key. But the key is going to have to have overs. You got to have over 15 inches. Spots are allowed. You're allowed to catch 12-inch keeper spots, but 12-inch keeper spots not going to do you any good. That's right. So
the way it seems like we've got a good mix of pre-spawn and spawning and post-spawn fish all at the same time, or at least that's what we've heard a little bit.
Right.
Have you kind of keyed in on if you're catching your non-bedding fish on pre-spawn or post-spawn fish, or do you have anything identified there, or are you just kind of fishing?
Well, I'm just kind of fishing, to be honest with you, and I think that, just like all fish don't spawn at the same time, so you're always going to have pre-spawn, spawn, and post-spawn. But I think the fish that I'm catching are probably a little mix. You got the pre-spawn that are moving in, you got the post-spawn that are moving out, and then the spawns are up there shallow. So
all right.
I'm trying to catch a few fish a little deeper,
Now last year we saw some really big weights for Beaver Lake. Right. I guess probably the last 3 years have been pretty exceptional for beaver. Have you found that to be the case out there? Do you think that you're on the type of deal where you can catch 13, 14 pounds a day with some level of ease, or do you think it's going to be notched back down a little bit?
No, for me personally, it's going to be a grind. There's no question about it. Now, I've got a buddy that said he had 19 pounds yesterday. So
okay.
I know there's some fish being caught out there that are that size. Matter of fact, he had a couple of pictures of them. So, but can you do it 2 days in a row? Or can you do it when tournament time comes? I mean, we all win practice. There's a lot of guys that win practice that don't actually win the tournaments.
That's me.
Yeah, I know. I've been there too. It seems like during the tournament things change. You make different decisions. When you're under the gun with pressure, you have to make the right decision, and that's what makes some guys win and some guys not do so good. It's not practice. So you have to keep that in mind. It's different. Just like if you're going to put a 2x4 on the ground and walk across it, you'd say no problem. But if you take that same 2x4 and you put it up in the air, 100 feet in the air, and try to walk across it, it's a totally different game.
Well,
the same thing with tournaments.
I wouldn't even try that, but I tell you what, I hope you make the right decisions under pressure this week, and
thank you.
Good luck out there.
I appreciate it, Jody. Good to talk to you.